Welcome back. I have to go straight away to some of the questions and responses that you're bringing us tonight. A lot of people are loving the program because we're just going hard-hitting into the things that you want us to discuss. Here's one. Why do some parents, both of them, mothers and fathers, use their children to gain refugee status in Canada, exposing their children to the public eyes, adding stories that do not exist to gain the attention for a few dollars? Parents need to be mindful when they tell untruths. This is what they are teaching the minors. Also, there is a chronic problem of parents using their children to put food on the table. It is clear country has a lot more work to do with families, supporting them through various ways to raise a level of self-esteem and their values. News reporters need to do investigative journalism, get the other sides to stories before it is aired. It is the children you expose to the public eyes. They have to return to school and sit in class with their peers after all details of most times can be inaccurate news. That is another.
That is a
it's very true.
That's one thing I've had a lot of issue with personally, in the way that reporting is done on children, showing the children. I mean, at times they would show graphic details about the young person, and as we say, that person has to walk the street, go into school and have fingers pointed at them, and then you wonder why they end up with behavioral problems or various other issues later on in life, or even while they're at school, because suddenly they're no longer private.
All right. Anything else on your sheet? Because I know you've got lots there. Anything else that caught your eyes that we need to discuss tonight?
Before you go on, what would cause, what do you think, what kind of parent would use their children to put food on the table? What do you
But you know what, I'm glad you asked that question, because I wanted to make another comment. In terms of saying what type of parents, I've asked myself that question a million times, and I don't think I've really come up with the answer. But one thing I must say, any parent that use their child to put food on the table in any way, shape or form should be prosecuted. It is a criminal offense. If you're sending your child out and knowing the child is going to have sex for money, you're pimping your child, and it should be prosecuted. If you're sending your child to beg, you're neglecting your child, and you should be prosecuted. And I think the laws protecting our children need to be stronger. There are bills out there, and I'm not going to hold back. There are bills that are drafted bills that can protect our children, but they're sitting in, I'm not sure whether it's chambers or wherever, and it's time that they're come into force. We need to get them into force so that we can start protecting our children more.
All right. Whilst you're looking for a question, I have something for Leah. Someone here is asking, why do some people make it their duty to sully others' names and cause havoc in others' relationships? What is the satisfaction gained from doing such things?
Well, you hit the nail right on the head, because I've been a victim of that for sure.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know what the satisfaction is, but it happened to me already. And when I questioned the person, why did you do it? Why?
Oh, you actually got to speak to them? Okay.
But she apologized. I don't know what the motive was up to now, but she apologized.
Jealousy?
Probably,
Jealousy.
you know. I mean, I would say what happened, I left the country for a little while, and by the time I came back, the relationship was in chaos because things were said while I was not there. And, you know, no matter what I said, you know, the person would believe what, well, that was my neighbor at the time, said. So, and I couldn't believe why she would do that. You know, especially in my absence. Why would you do that?
That has happened. That has happened to me, where I've had an innocent conversation with people, not just me alone, and then the person goes back and says to somebody else, "Oh, well, Dina said X, Y, Z," and I never said anything of the sort. And then the worst thing about it is that person didn't confront me. And if they had confronted me and said, "Dina, I heard blah blah blah," then I would be able to correct it, or I'd be saying, "Well, you know what? I wasn't the only person present when I was supposed." At least said this, it was somebody else, you know, but they just kind of backed off, and then I had to go and say, hold on a minute, what's the matter? What's happening? We used to be so You know, close. What's happening?
What
And then they
happened?
told me, well, and I said, you know what? I'm not even going to say he said, she said. Let's just go there now. Let's just go there now. And then the other person was like, you know, shocked because they knew what they were doing. They just wanted to gain favor with the other person.
We never confronted the person, but you know, she ended up apologizing to me, and
But then the relationship is just
yes,
it's not the
but
same
you
anymore.
broke a relationship altogether. I believe it's just, I don't know if it's jealousy, you know, as you said, they see you living, you know, a certain way, and just disgust, and it it should be them.
They
you know,
want.
so they want to break it up. That's what happens.
I have to do this one because it's different from what we've discussed. I am a salesperson, and mostly everywhere I go to do sales, people are crying, no money, no money. And with me, I work on commission. If I don't make a sale for the day, I am not getting paid for that day. I'm walking all over the place to get sales. They are interested in buying, but they have no money. I'm getting frustrated.
Tough times.
Oh, gosh.
Tough economic times. And it's reality. People are saying everywhere we go, there is no money, or the money is short, or what they have to feed their children, pay their bills.
I don't know how
and it's a
some
priority.
people manage.
I do not know
You go
how
to the
they manage.
shops and through a few little items, and you're looking at $100 already. And some people, you know, that's
You
like
don't
a
say.
tenth of their wage.
I always wonder, and those persons who have 3-4 children, how do they manage? And they don't have a job like I do. You understand? How do they manage with 3 or 4 children to pack lunch bags every day?
Every day.
No,
Send them to school.
some children don't have anything to eat even in the school.
Yes.
Teachers have to feed the children all the time.
Yes, 'cause
I'm-
I know teachers give up
Yes.
their lunch sometimes for their
Yes.
children.
And I remember once in my son's school when I went there, the little boy was crying. I said, what happened? He said he has juice and I have none. My son have juice and he doesn't have. I had to go and buy him a juice because he had nothing really, a piece of bread and butter and his stuff. And when my son opened his, he said this and that. So he started crying because he don't have, you know, and I had to go and buy it for him. Some children don't. Some parents just cannot.
Yeah, but let's go back to the case of that we are going in a hard economic times, you know, and for a salesperson, it must be, especially to me, a salesperson,
frustrating.
they are naturally lively people. That's why they're salespeople. So if a salesperson is saying to you, I'm trying every which way and I'm not getting anywhere, and they're getting frustrated, how would you advise them, Beverly, to at least try to not give up?
Don't give up, but also maybe try to find an alternative. So you're doing 2 things at the same time rather than depending on just the sales. See what else you can do to subsidize the sale, but keep trying, because with sales, you know that any sort of business initiative, it takes about 5 years to start making a good profit. So perseverance, but in the meantime he has to live. He probably has bills to pay, probably children to send to school, and so on. So what else can he do to generate some additional income?
Okay. Any questions you have you'd like to go through?
Yes, there's this one. It says, how do you help a friend you think is going through rough times because of their behavior and the things they make mention to you, such as abuse and rape? And I think sometimes we have to encourage that friend to get professional help because they're going through difficult things.
What words do you use to encourage them? Because some people, they may feel, you know, they'll say, "Oh, why are you saying this?" They may be in denial, or they may not want to tell you.
Yes. Oh, why are you sending me to a counselor? I'm
Yes.
not mad.
Yes.
'Cause that is the first thing, you know. And you just, one of the things you can say, you know what? We all have difficulties, and especially within the Caribbean culture, we think we must keep everything to ourselves. It must be private. And then when you keep it to yourself, it gets turned internalized, and you turn on yourself. So rather than turning it on yourself, it's best to go and share it with somebody else. And it's not about being mad. It's not about being crazy. It's about getting support. We all need support. We all need somebody to assist us. So if it's put in that context, hopefully the person will realize you're being helpful and you care about them rather than being derogatory or saying bad things about them.
Okay, here's another one. I had a miscarriage 3 years ago and had a D&C as well. I am in a committed relationship and don't use protection, but I still haven't been able to become pregnant. I'm worried I won't be able to have kids, which I would like someday.
Yes, that is a common one. The issue is really strange because I realize with pregnancy, the more stressed you are about getting pregnant, the less likely you are to get pregnant. You've got to relax and just leave it alone. And it's hard because there is a reality. We don't know if there's a chance that you may not be fertile. Some of us are more fertile than others. Some have children, some don't. But I think the other thing I want to say, if it is that you do not have children naturally, there's always the option of adoption to provide a home for a child that will be, you can actually take into your life and call your child. But don't stress, I think, is the answer I would say, and relax.
Anything you want to say on that, Leah?
It has been said because the harder you try, you know, you just have to relax.
Just relax.
If you keep thinking every time you go to bed, I'm hoping it's that won't work. You have to just let it go and relax and probably pray about it. I pray about everything.
And
So-
actually, instead of focusing on getting pregnant, enjoy having sex.
You know, I was about to say that. I was saying, don't get to the bedroom. Do other things, you
Yes.
know? Maybe enjoy the romance.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
romance, enjoy each other's company. You know, don't wait for the bedroom. Anywhere and wherever, as long as it's private, enjoy.
Okay, well, with that, we're going to go to a break. Don't think I can stand much more of that. But I'm going to repeat the giveaway one last time. What year did the Health and Wellness Retreat start in St. Lucia? Name 3 experts participating in this year's Health and Wellness Retreat. What are the dates for the 2013 St. Lucia Health and Wellness Retreat? And name one of the event sponsors. For your chance to win. Oh, and what we didn't say to you is you're going to get a day pass for the Health and Wellness Retreat that's happening from tomorrow till the 3rd. So you're going to get a day pass if you win that. Now, for your chance to win one of 3 pairs of tickets for the T20 competition finals, we sent you some other questions, and I've got the tickets in front of me here. All right, so you can look on the website. You get those questions for that. Okay, you must answer both of those questions. Name the West Indies player who is currently on the Monrepo team and who is the main sponsor of the local T20 cricket competition currently being played here. When we return, the phone lines will be open, so if you want to call and speak to any one of my guests, feel free to do so. This is The Law Factor Live on DBS. We'll be right back.